When is this gonna end?
But first, a word from our sponsor.
This is like very expensive.
You've got a little bit of a scenario. You're at a party. You're minding your own business. A big bully comes up and starts to rap.
You're kind of a jerk, kind of a little short, punky.
Okay. Is it dirty? Okay. But it works. Another, what you might call a diversion. I normally wear glasses. Okay. He's going to be the bully.
Why don't you just take your little ass down the road, buddy? Why don't you just take
If you're going to fight, I want to take my glasses off.
Oh, take your little glasses off.
You're not my buddy.
I know we're late. Listen, we like to make a fashionable entrance. I'm already reading the chat. I know it's 4th of July weekend. People want to get out and shoot sprinklers and what they call those, the snakes. They light those little pellets on the ground. I get it. But we're here. So glad to see people. We've got a new face and some familiar faces. So let's let the room fill up. I was going to give you, actually, I've got your walk-on music too, Kendall. It's going to be something. I should have had you go backstage and then pat-ow.
We can still do it. There's
still time.
There is still time, but now we've given away the secret sauce. Look at this. Look, see here, these Richard's Vinyl Tap House. You owe us all a beer. Eddie, you owe us 8 minutes. Now, see, Eddie, you're a service noise veteran. You know we always start at 8:05. We set it at 8, but we got to get hair and makeup. We've got to make sure the Jongbon helicopter has landed on the heliport. Like, there's a lot of things going on that go into this presentation. I know you think it's a free YouTube presentation, which it is, but there is just so much behind it. Dr. Johnny Fever, arguably one of the best names in the vinyl community. I don't feel tardy. David Lee Roth, correct. Now that's how you win me over. Some DLR quotes. I like it. Chase, hello. Dom, what's up, sports fans? Hello, Dom. How are you? Easy now wants a refund. Well, the good news is I can give you a refund right now. The total of 0 is 0.
Get him a record with seam splits, right?
Well,
a VMP.
I'm not getting as many of those. It's funny you say that because I'm not ordering as many new records in the mail. It's funny how that works. Although I did just get one, which maybe we'll talk about later on. So good to see people. There's Terry. Hello. Terry. Goodwill Bookstore Outlet. I took it to Jay. Oh, so you've been to the Goodwill Bookstore Outlet. That's got to be an adventure.
Yes. Terry kind of knows all these secret spots in Texas.
Is that different than, say, the Goodwill Outlet where they bring everything in bins and then it's like broken glass? You got to have gloves because it's these big tubs.
That's actually near me. I don't know if you've ever experienced that or would like to.
No, done it. Early in my record collecting journey, I went, and because you pay by the pound, and I got a Willie Nelson record, and I got something else, but I think I also got hepatitis because there was so much broken shards of glass, hypodermic needles. I think one bin had a crackhead literally at the bottom of it. His name was Ernest, I think, if I remember correctly. So it was something else. shout out to my old roommate Ernest. He's my guy. But anyway, and that's a real story. That's not made up. Well, this is Surface Noise. I want to thank you on the eve of a holiday weekend for joining us. This show of record, talking about records. I'm your host, Concert Buddy. I wish I had a great drop for my own introduction, but I don't. So we'll do some introductions. We're going to have a fun show. I'm only going on record and say it's going to be a fun show, and if it's not, it's totally our guest's fault. So no pressure, big guest. All right. But if you've been here before, you know the man to my immediate south, it's the immortal. He's even got like a halo. Like, I like the light work. Him as Jose, but we all know him more affectionately as John Bong. Good evening, Jose.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I think that the light work is amazing. It literally, if you move like
You can move it around.
no, it looks great. It looks like literally, if you could have words, it would literally be like a living cartoon, like a living comic book. It would be like your thought bubble. It'd be amazing.
Have you ever seen those like what do you call that in English? Like, you know, like the when you go to the stadium, they have the flipping letters. You know.
Oh, you mean the flipping letter, like the wheel?
Yeah,
of
they change like every time someone scores, you know. But it's like
the box score. Yeah.
I once had a guy here that was doing them for cheap, and I wanted one. I'm still like regretting I didn't, because I wanted to have like something in the background. Now he's like charging like a motherfucker for that.
All right.
It'd be nice.
Hey, it
Right.
beats working for a living. And then, speaking of working for a living, the hardest working man in the vinyl community, his Royal Highness, dubbed the king of the vinyl community, or as we call it, the VC. It's Jason Rojas. Jason, hello.
Hey, Concert Buddy, thanks for having me back. You know, I had a prop when you said that. I wasn't ready. Like,
I'm sorry. Hang on. We got to do this like the Chicago Bulls. We got dim the lights.
It's too late. Yeah.
I mean, this is what you get. This is what you get for the free VC presentation. And then special guest, because Arnaldo I think he's in the UK right now. I'm not trying to GPS him, but he did send us some photos. He's touched down across the pond on his annual trip of fun, and I did arm him with a list of records to look out for. I have low expectations, but I'd be pleasantly surprised if we found any of these UK goodies.
Is it just one record?
No. It's actually REM Out of Time, UK. No.
All right.
What?
I thought it was gonna be like Pink Moon or some shit like that.
Negative. No, it's a couple. Maybe I'll share that list. We'll see. But in his stead, and then Bianco, I think, was traveling. So we've taken two and we've replaced them with one, and it's a debut. This is a VC live stream debut, and my man, I've already got you ready. Again, I should have done this probably differently, but you know what? Here he is in the flesh. You can't see him, but now you can. The one, the only, wearing a Macho Man Randy Savage t-shirt. The channel, if you don't know, the Spin Doctor and his Vinyl Mayhem. Kendall, welcome to Surface Noise. How are you, sir?
I am good. Glad to be here. Long time listener, first time guest.
Ooh, long time, first time. That's the way to do it, folks. And then we've got propaganda. We've got some merch here that because we've done some record deals. Kendall's been very generous, very helpful. He's my man on the scene in Matthews, North Carolina. So anytime he heads over to the venerable Noble Records spot, I may put a bug in his ear once in a while if the right title is in those flip videos. And the secret's out. Dylan has found us out. But I'm putting Little Noble through college with some of these purchases, so I think it's okay. I think he's turned what we call the blind eye.
That is true.
Kendall, welcome. And outside of wearing the Orioles cap, I think you're in a good shape. I think you are ready to perform. Oh no! Don't see that.
Is that an Orioles cap? I couldn't see shit. Is it?
Oh yeah. Hang on. We're gonna.
Oh, all right. Remember that Elaine episode? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yep. At the Yankees game.
Well, the good news is we've got. Oh, now hang on. Here he is. David Bianco says, "Thanks for filling in, Kendall." So big shoes.
Happy to do it.
He dropped a Christopher Cross shootout video I saw earlier. I haven't watched it yet.
Right. I haven't watched it either.
It was like Last Gun Out of Town. He's like, grenade, Christopher Cross shootout, pow, and then he's out of here. Smart move. That could be controversial.
Christopher Cross is actually coming to town here to play.
Yes. I just literally, at dinner, we put it in our calendar. We're going. We're going to see the legend.
I'm 100% missing that shit. Because it's Toto and that shit. I wouldn't be caught. I'm actually like leaving the state when that shit happens.
No, come on. Can't you? I mean, he is a Grammy award-winning.
No, I actually like it. You know, there's a Christopher Cross song that in Spanish we we call it Pingüino Rodriguez. I don't even remember the name of the song. I just know that in Spanish it sounds like he's saying Pingüino Rodriguez. I don't even remember the name of the song.
Well, all I know is it's one of those things. You guys know this. You're in a committed relationship, and your significant other asked to do something. You kind of should come through. And so Christopher Cross was a request, as is the Doobie Brothers. So I am locked and loaded in the calendar. The summer of concerts is about to begin. A couple weeks, we will not have Surface Noise because I'll be at a show. Spoiler alert. But we're all about having a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of shows on Thursdays. The Oasis Chicago shows on Thursday.
Oh shit, that's right.
You better get ready. Are you
going to be there?
Yes,
I'll see you there.
I think we will. We're coming up for a one-dayer, and
where are you going? So I blushed.
So originally, I still technically have tickets, but Felipe's helped me get off of them for one of the New York Oasis shows. But as I'm moving my travel schedule around, it's become clear that that's probably not going to be congruent with maybe going to WFMU again. So I ended up getting some tickets to the Chicago show. It's a couple days before. It's a little bit easier. Yes. See, it's like, second market or aftermarket at this point. So I've been scouting it out for months. Got a decent deal on some tickets. It's going to be pretty much a wash of what I've already paid. And it's easier on the travel itinerary. So yeah.
They're playing here in Mexico City. I don't know.
Speaking of Oasis, did you guys see where Green Day kicked a kid off the stage for playing Wonderwall?
Yes.
For playing a better song.
So let's back up here, right? Do you want to say it, Kendall? Do you want me to talk about that?
Are you talking about where the tweet after? Where was it? Noel or I don't remember
it's
which
Liam.
one it was that tweeted.
All right, hang on. The guys in the business, we call this setting the table. So it sounds like a young man got on the stage with Green Day, and rather than play a Green Day song, he started playing Wonderwall, the Oasis.
Oh, no, hold back. So they always invite an audience member.
All right.
Yeah.
What song is he supposed to be?
So he was supposed to play The Time of Your Life.
Uh-oh.
Right?
But
So he played
it
a little bit, and then he goes into Wonderwall. Right. And so Billy Joe Armstrong, he kind of looked at him and see, this is a pivotal moment. I'm going to say this professional, right? You could just take it. Yeah, go with the flow. But, because you think about it, some person is trying to out-punk a pop-punk band, right? See where this is going?
It's Green Day. It's not
this is how far modern day Green Day.
Friend of the show, Brandon Judd. I hope you're not watching this because that is his number 1, 2, and 3 favorite band. But
so then, that kid was kicked out, and it could have been again if Billy Joe Armstrong was singing the first verse, right, and then he stopped it, then it would have been total game, It would have been, but instead, no, we went the other way.
Oh, no. So then, Kendall, what was this tweet now? Was there a follow-up? The drama continues?
So then, I don't know. I can't remember if it was who tweeted what, but then Liam tweeted back and said it was the best song played there that night.
Oh, wow.
So,
Sick burn. Yes, sir.
It was, it was pretty funny.
Hey, wait. High Rent District. What the fuck are you talking about? Of course, there's pop punk. There's always been pop
Thomas
punk.
here, he says there is no pop punk. There is pop. There is punk.
Of course, there's pop punk. What is this shit? It's the American equivalent of punk. Most punk bands in the U.S. are pop punk or rock punk. So,
Mr. Bong, don't you know this is the VEE? There is opinions galore.
By the way, I'm definitely not sponsored by Numero Group, but this Husker Du box set that I'm showing right now.
He just couldn't hold. He couldn't hold back. He had to start showing records.
You remember that Husker Du box?
This guy is addicted, and I like it.
But I'm just gonna say that as someone that hates Green Day, totally fine with that. What happened? Right,
well. I'm gonna chalk that one up to the Bonger being the punk rebel.
Have you ever seen Puppet Masters, the movies?
Oh, have I seen them, Jose? I have a DVD downstairs that has like 13 of the movies. I'm not even.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, every single member of Green Day looks like they could have been one of those puppets. So
Well, there is some questionable formaldehyde and how they're sustaining their boyish looks. And listen, I'm gonna get David Bianco from the road, from the travel pits, says hit that like button. I mean, this is what it's all about. This is support those who support you. So do not as I do or say, but do as David does and says. How's that work? All right, let's get into the show topics. Kendall doesn't need us here to BS. That's what the freestyle's for. Let's get into. I mean, the people want to know. They want to hear. You know what I've been hearing? I'm walking the streets. I'm walking the dog. I get stopped. Concert Buddy, when are you guys going to talk about mobile fidelity again? Got to hear mobile fidelity. What's going on? What's the latest? Yeah, I mean, literally, I'm getting mail. I'm getting, like the free, the thing with the coupons, and then in the middle of it, it's like there's a handwritten terrorist note that says, "Better talk MoFi, or I'm going to kidnap you." I mean, that kind of stuff.
No, you probably got the note like, if Jason keeps on making those video comparison shootouts against MoFi, this is it. We're not gonna give you any more free promos or the sponsorship.
Yeah, they said if His Royal Highness, the shootout king, does not quit beating up on mobile fidelity, we're gonna put sugar in your gas tank. And it was a tough one. It was a tough one.
You should do the. You remember that National Lampoon cover with the dog, with the gun? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
What?
They were National Lampoon. They had a magazine, and the cover was.
I'm familiar with the publication. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, it says buy this, or the dog gets it. It's just a dog with a gun to his temple.
I believe you.
So that's basically this with the MoFi.
I'm so far behind.
That or RSD, right?
What?
Yeah.
It's either that or RSD, right? I mean, it's.
Well, listen, Kendall, I don't know if you've picked up. I know you're a long time, first time. We are out of topics. And so what we like to do around here is about every 4 or 5 weeks, we just bring back one and hope people forget. And the reality is people don't forget.
We did talk about Katy Perry's getting separate from.
True.
That's in the third act, Mr. Baum. Come on, that's what people. We got to nestle the audience and then unleash when we hit them with the 10 minutes of dissecting that relationship. I mean, it is the National Enquirer segment. Come on.
All right, there we go. I'm wearing a Smashing Pumpkin shirt, which is bizarre behavior for me.
Well, I have a costume change later, which I've already shown the guys because I'm probably going to sweat this up. I'm going to be so lathered up about mobile fidelity. But we're going to kick off the segment. Breakfast King of Loyola starts us off. Fuck MoFi. So great way to start the segment. We also Chris from Record Talk says, I want some more lo-fi MoFi. Fair enough.
There is.
Lo-fi MoFi. So here's where this comes from. Last we talked 5 weeks ago. No, I really don't know last time we really talked about mobile fidelity. It's been a minute. But we've talked about them before. When you do a weekly presentation like this, of course, you're going to talk about things sometimes. And when it comes to mobile fidelity, we've walked the walk and talked the talk. I can tell you my own personal journey with that particular reissue label. I just recently sold a significant amount of my mobile fidelity collection. And doesn't mean I thought maybe that was it for me. And then they finally took our advice, guys. They finally started reissuing things that weren't 60 years old, not even 50 years old, and not even 40 years old. They started going about 30 years deep. And it piqued my interest. They started touching some 90s. And at first I thought it was like water in the desert, like a illusion. But then the curation titles have actually been interesting. They've actually been, dare I say, potentially make me open my wallet back up. And in fact, spoiler alert, guys, I have purchased from Mobile Fidelity again. Now, I didn't go direct with them because when they ship, as Arnaldo knows, you might as well bank on a seam split if you're getting straight from Music Direct or Mobile Fidelity. So I've been buying from my good friends at Plaid Room and some other places. But I got to be honest, at least they're making things that are not the same old, same old. So, Kendall, I'm going to start with you. It's how we do it hospitably around here. I don't think you have as much of a mobile Fidelity cross as we have worn in the past. We have the big M, like the scarlet letter. We've been branded. What do you think about overall mobile Fidelity? Obviously, you survived MoFi Gate like the rest of us. What do you think about MoFi in general? And what do you think about some of these interesting choices, which we'll probably get into of late from the curation perspective?
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, I don't have a ton of MoFi titles. I mean, I have a few. And I mean, like right here, I have the Heart.
Rainbow Annie. There you go. Sure.
You know, which I mean, granted, that's not one of the newer titles. I mean, like it's new as in they just recently did it, but it's an old title. But that one piqued my interest. But you know, I mean, they are definitely opening up their.
They're opening their minds.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to one steps, those just never really caught my attention, except for one, which you know about, which we won't get into. But
Right.
you know, the pricing on that is just never really caught my attention. I've always been more into just the regular ones, and so to see titles like you know, the Alanis Morissette. I mean, I'm not a big Alanis fan, but it was really cool to see that title. And then, of course, they're doing the one step of Jagged Little Pill, which I think is cool. I'm not going to buy it, but I think it's cool. You know, but I'm actually more interested in like the funk titles. I mean, the fact that they did Rick James. Again, I'm not buying that one, but the Parliament one's probably the one I'm the most interested in, just because finding that title in good shape, clean, is when you do it super expensive. You're going to pay probably more than what they're charging for it. So I actually am going to pre-order that one. So excited about that one. And you know, I pre-ordered the Michael Jackson Dangerous one.
You're not the only one. To quote Michael Jackson, you are not alone. I'm not gonna say the rest of that song. It's not.
I don't even know what this song is.
Well, you don't know the Michael Jackson. You are not alone. He's like in a forest singing to like a deer and a. Yeah,
no. Song from Free Willy, man.
Yeah. Jose.
Do I look like someone that knows shit about Willie being freed?
I guess that was before your time, but still.
This is true.
But
no, I remember the movie. I don't remember.
Okay.
Shit about it. There's like 4. Isn't there like 4 Free Willy movies? They never free the motherfucker. What happened? Like, I don't know.
He just keeps getting caught. He's terrible. It's like a bad bank robber. He just keeps getting caught. Free Willy.
Maybe he should have died on the first one.
Well, hang on. Spoiler alert. Listen, there's people. Wow. John Bong is holding. He's not holding back. He is just. He's had
holding ass.
He is. He's figured enough. So all in all, Kendall, like sounds like you're somebody for the right title. You'll dip in
for the right title.
But it sounds like you're kind of like where the sentiment of this topic comes from is like they're making some interesting, curious choices of the curation of late.
Yeah, and I'm not one of those people that is all analog in. You know, the way I looked at MoFi Gate, and I don't want to harp on this for too long, obviously, is if we wouldn't have found out about it, would it have made a difference?
Oh man, Kendall, ooh, you're about to go there. Go, do it.
I mean, did the record sound different after?
Oh no,
Kendall, wait a minute. Are you saying people can't tell the difference between analog and DSD?
Oh no,
I mean, DSD all the way, right? I mean,
I think that's what we call the heel turn. We've got a heel turn from Kendall.
I mean, John Cena just turned heel, right? I mean, come on. No, but to me, if it sounds good, it sounds good. And do all MoFi sound good? Well, no, of course not. Do all analog records sound good? No, of course not. So if it's
Who is that?
but if it's an interesting title, I'm definitely going to want to check it out. So yeah, I mean, like the pressings have been great though. I mean, like,
well, that is true. The Fidelity, since they've been using their own operations, they finally got it on board online, and
the quality control has been good.
It's getting better. Now, Mr. Bong, I'm going to hit you up before we hit Jason off the top rope on this one. What are your thoughts? Is MoFi any better, any worse, any more interesting, any more constipatory? I just made that word up. It's a deviation of constipation. John Bong, MoFi thoughts?
My friend
John Bong could use some of that DSD.
Yeah, we need some extra strength DSD over here immediately. John, you're freezing up on us. All right, John, come back in and out. We're losing you. Come back in and out. Your signal.
Really? All right. Really?
Hang on. I think we've got you. They're trying to shut the program down. It's the only explanation. They've hacked the lines in Monterey. Yeah. Jose, come back in and out. We'll see you in a second. All right, Jason, save us. The segment is going down in flames.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to show some records here because we should, right? So, like CONCERTBUDDIE, I was sort of like, MoFi'd or MoFi'd.
MoFried. We were MoFried. Let's be honest.
Or MoFooled. So MoFooled again. Okay. So I thought, I assumed that this New York Dolls
debut,
done by MoFi, the MoFi way, DSD, and I'll have to shout out to the Groove Seeker and Joel Static ATX. I told them I had this, and after we did our Vinyl Community Social Club stream, they were like, "Can we do a shootout, live shootout?" I said, "Okay," and maybe shouldn't have done that.
Oh no!
It's like heartbreaking, It's like, oh no!
I was out for like 2 seconds. And they boot me out like immediately.
Listen, they've already hacked the lines. What's that place called? Catapultal, California. They've already sent the field agents to
the Catalina wine mixer. By the way, I'm really happy that it exists now. Like the Catalina wine mixer, it's an actual thing now. So I've never been in California, but when
reason to go. So Jason, the New York Dolls didn't blow your lipstick.
No, and it was so confusing to like read the reviews on Discogs, read the reviews on Steve Hoffman forums, and the audiophile Facebook group. It was just sort of like, or do they have like tissues or something on their speakers or something? I don't know. Like what's going on? They cannot hear the difference. Like, did they just turn it up? Like they were so deaf. They just turned it up and then they drank themselves into stupor.
Jermaine Dupri, so deaf. This is the issue. Jermaine Dupri has infiltrated the situation. I digress.
So, like, I made a video. Majority of the people in the comments, they thought this thing was, A for effort.
I was very nervous. Yeah. I did watch your video because, like you said, this is something I was like, okay, it's fine. It's something different. Give them kind of like Kendall, the Dreamboat Annie, something different.
Yeah.
And then I saw your shootout, and I was like, oh no, I agree, there was no life to it. That's the thing that, especially on an album like that, you want it to like grab you. And I got to be honest, the cheap plug for Jason's shootout on New York Dolls just wasn't there for me.
Right. We'll put the link in the chat. Like if you don't want to pay, how much was the 60?
I think it's a 60 spot, yep.
If you don't want to pay 60 here, listen to that video. I play Personality Crisis. I compare it to the original. I mean, yeah, the original may have some top end. Maybe that makes audiophiles nervous.
I will say to Jason that I like that he compares with the original ones. But I think that sometimes he should do a comparison with whatever reissue is there, because if MoFi can't beat the $20 reissue, then I think that's a bigger problem.
Fair point.
Because as a suggestion, right? Sometimes, because like I will say that sometimes I think a reissue is good, because if you don't have access to an original one, be it it's more expensive or harder to get, a reissue, it's good in the sense that it's the closest thing more available to you, right?
Correct.
But I would be interested to know if that MoFi can be like a $20 Amazon reissue, and if not, that's even more shame than because that original one, it's different, because it could have been like so many factors, right? It could have been the tapes are worn down, somebody sat on them and farted on them, and they had shit on them. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, it could happen. I don't know.
Yeah, who is shitting on the music? I'm here. I'm just adjusting myself.
So I mean, I applaud MoFi's efforts. Like, this is a great title to select.
It is a great title.
Oh wait, this is not a title.
Oh no, not the Michael Fremer record. It's still out there. It's still
maybe.
Oh no.
So MoFi, AP, if you're listening, maybe one step of this, bad boy.
It's inevitable. It's gonna happen.
Here we go. So here was a title I was totally looking for. This is Tiny Music from the Songs from the Vatican gift shop.
That's right. 1996. Yes, sir.
So I was looking forward to this. Now, let me just back up here.
Hang on, do we need to hit the spoiler siren, because there's some people probably have this in their cart in certain retailers, and
can you make the crocodile big? I don't really care about records. Just can you make the crocodile big, the one in the pool? There you go.
It's actually DSD croc. It's a
crocodile or a what do you call it?
DSD. Yes, it's DSD. Yes.
Do you feel better now?
Yeah.
He feels validated. Yes. So excited for this one. The jacket's nice. See, I'm going to say nice things. It's a nice jacket.
Yeah, but they did it wrong. They did this cover wrong. They repeated the CD. Do you want me to get the deluxe? Let me get the deluxe.
Get the deluxe. And Bonger, while he's doing that, now you're back with us. Share your thoughts before we go back to Jason on this. What you've been rested. What do you think about MoFi? Is it right now, current state? MoFi, go.
Well, what I was gonna say is it's like that friend that keeps like betting the Mets are gonna win but they don't. But it looks like they're gonna. It looks like they're gonna do well, but they fuck up. So
right.
It seems that they're on a hint that they're gonna release something that everyone's gonna like.
This is it. They finally are back.
But that's what I was gonna say. Again, I think that people should. What the fuck is EC now saying? All right, anyway, I think people should compare MoFi to represses, because I think that comparing it to original pressings, I would say like 85% of the time they're going to sound.
Now hold on there, Bong. This comparison video that I did with this.
Oh, I know. That's
I did it with this one from 2021.
I have, the 25th.
Well, that was what I was going to say.
It's like, let me just show this beautiful cover real quick. This is how you do.
Yes, foil embossed. I mean, it's very nice. 25th anniversary. It's a delightful piece.
But let me look at the crocodile.
Yeah, let's look at the crocodile. Does the crocodile shine? Look at that croc suit. There we go.
That's a better looking croc.
That's a better croc. We gotta be honest. Foil croc winning. MoFi croc, you got some work to do.
Is it an alligator? Can somebody tell me?
Oh no, yeah, we need Steve. It's the ghost of Steve Irwin here. We need the ghost of Steve Irwin. Please correct us if we have our.
The ghost of the shorts of Steve Irwin, which is.
Hey, nobody could wear a pair of nut huggers better than Steve Irwin. I will die on that hill.
Here's one of like the worst. Like you open this thing up, you're like, what the?
Oh yeah, this is yeah. There was a lot of cocaine involved. I think.
It looks.
It's not the
I'm not familiar with this record, but it looks like either the Grooves in the Heart video or like Aqua. What's the Barbie girl? It's like the Barbie girl.
Hey, look at this CD. CDs are back, baby.
CDs, they never left. They never left.
But what I was gonna say is like I give them props for doing something more interesting than fucking Bob Marley. I like Bob Marley. It just
Oh no! Shots fired! It's a big day in Salina, Jose. You better be careful. Come on.
no. I'm just
Big
saying
day.
like if somebody tell me like, hey man, you got money, you gotta do something to do. Of course you're gonna go with Bob Marley because everybody knows Bob Marley, but I think it's better to do these niche titles because
You see this comment? Look at this comment here.
You got Elliot's here. He said, "I walk away for a minute and I see a cover. I have not idea what it is, who it is."
This is an album by the Jonestown Bluegrass Band.
it's a rhinestone.
Is that the new Ernest Tubb? I think it's the new Ernest Tubb. What's going on here? Yeah.
It's a Glenn Campbell tribute album.
Oh, delightful. Yeah, Stone Temple Pilots. Originally, they were called Mighty Joe Young from San Diego. They had to change the name. Debut album, Core, 1992. Follow that up with Purple, 1994-5. Third album here is Tiny Music from the Vatican Gift Shop, 1996. And then I got a spoiler alert. Their fourth album was called Number 4. Whoa. But I don't know music.
Like Foreign.
Just saying, I don't know music. Sorry.
Was Foreign's number 4 the fourth record?
That's right. They really stepped outside the box. They said, you know what we're going to call the new album is after Weiland had come back. And they did 4. Number 4. I think that was the first or second time he had been fired. He was fired multiple times. So anyway, let's wind it back. So disappointed, is that the operative word? You're disappointed in this the execution? I mean, the quality at least is there in terms of they're not warped, they're flat. There's no evidence of no fill like some other titles we've heard about. But overall, yes.
How much is that deluxe box set?
You could probably still get it for maybe
$80.
Maybe, yeah, but like when I bought it, it was 60, so I got lucky.
But so it's out of print.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, that came out. What you're talking 25? So you're talking to the 21.
How many non-CD records are there on that shit?
3 CDs in it.
Yeah,
no, but how many
I think
non-CDs?
One record though, right? One record.
Yeah,
3
one
CDs.
record. Yep. Spoiler alert here.
Yes,
the CD on here I compared this to the record. They sound completely different. That's really messed up.
Oh no.
Like I don't want to. Maybe I'll do a comparison video on that, but that's really crazy. Like that really.
When
takes
is this record from?
96.
Well, that's a CD era. So it's okay if it sounds different.
Well, I mean, I was like on the assumption that the remastered CD and the remastered album would sound the same.
What? How dare you?
You know.
Dare you?
Jeez.
Well, you know, there are some bands that they just sound better on CD.
That's true. That's the best statement so far tonight, John Bong. So, well, Mr. Rojas, overall, sounds like a common sentiment. It's nice they're taking some better swings at the pitch, but I hate to say it, they just keep coming up short. Is that an easy way to say it?
I'm just more, instead of being MoFi'd, I'm more fooled, you know, so I can't buy any more of this. Like I give up, you know. So MoFi, if you're watching, you know what? Send me to Monterey. Let me have a listening session with your mastering engineer, you know. Let's talk about these choices, you know. What's going on here? You know, maybe like I said, maybe these audiophiles like it really flat, or I mean, not flat, but really warm, you know, which means they like muddy records. You know, they can't stand treble because what the hell, like piercing treble for them is like too much. They're old ears. They're old VC ears, you know. They're very dainty, you know, that you need to, you know. I would like to see like all these audiophile channels take a hearing test and submit the hearing test before their videos.
We're taking shots. New channel name. I just got breaking news. Nothing But Trouble. There's a new VC channel called Nothing But Trouble. Please subscribe, like Nothing But Trouble. Thank you.
No, my new channel is going to be called VC Mental Health Check for some of these people, you know, that've been in the VC too long. You know.
Oh boy.
Well, I saw a video. I think it was yesterday. I saw it of people at MoFi plant packing up test pressings, and the guy was wearing a what was it? Arizona's own. What is it? What the fuck is the name?
The Diamondbacks?
No,
Phoenix
what the
Suns?
fuck? No, Mike Esposito's.
Ingroup.
Yeah, Ingroup.
Oh yeah. He was wearing an Ingroup T-shirt, and then Esposito said, "I don't know what that record is, but I like what you're wearing."
Well, so no, it would be actually interesting to actually know who are they sending these chest pressings, because I don't know about anyone else, but at least on my label, I ask the artist to listen to the test pressing, and if they're okay with it, I okay it. But I would want to know who's like doing these test pressing shootouts, because if they don't take any consideration out of it, because they can still modify it, it's their own plan, they could do it again. So it would be interesting to know who the fuck is giving the okay, because I don't know if anybody here knows, or anybody in the panel, how many test pressings they do off a record. Because if they do 10, does that mean that 6 people have to like it in order to approve it? Because it seemed random that the people would like get test pressings just for the sake of getting test pressings, So I would actually want to know like who is doing this, because for a title this, well, I know people know Stone Temple Pilot. I'm actually, I don't hate them or anything. I just don't know them that much. But I would say, like, are the people doing the test pressing checkups, do they know the music? Like, what are they comparing?
That's a fair question. Did they know what to listen for?
Because if they're shipping them out, that means that they don't live close by or like 30-minute drive, Because so who are they sending these to? Because if they're using test pressings as a way to do promos instead of getting normal copies, which cost less because you don't have the artwork, it would be interesting to know like who's okaying them. Because if you're just okaying them because you want more test pressings, that sucks shit, because they're not actually contributing to the actual why a test pressing exists, So if Fremer is getting test pressings, it would be weird because he's always bitching about the final product. So if he's getting test pressing, you would think that his whatever wording, unless he doesn't report back, and if he doesn't report back, that's an asshole move, I guess. Because why the fuck are they sending him a test pressing if he's not saying the treble is so fucking boosted?
Nothing but trouble.
Yeah. So
Kendall, let me ask you this, and I don't know if I've asked you point blank. I'm putting you on the spot. Okay. Everyone's watching, so don't need to sweat. No need to get nervous. Because you were asking me if I got the Stone Temple. You asked me a couple times. Did you end up getting the Stone Temple?
I did not.
Okay. So I'm going to reveal, and I think if I haven't shared this with you, I'm going to share it right now. So this is an exclusive. I did watch Jason's shootout. So Jason compared, I think it was a 2021 reissue, which was the anniversary, right?
Yes.
And then the new one. So another segment we've toyed around on the show. I don't have it right here, but we're going to play one of these days, show a record Rojas doesn't have. And I have the 96 original. But I don't have the equipment. I don't have the setup like Rojas does. I can only tell you from my maiden ears, I put the original on one disc and I put this on. And it's kind of what we've been saying is to the I wouldn't say the naive ears, to just listening to the music, you'll have fun with this. But it's just not the same. It's just not. You put the original on, and yeah, they both had good things, and they both had bad things. But it goes back to what I said earlier: is that get you? I don't even know what the technical term is because I'm not an audiophile. The thing when you put it on, you're like really just lock in. This didn't have it. The other one did. The original did. So, Your Honor, I rest my case. I will say that if Mobile Fidelity is interested in sending us test pressings to change our opinion, I will give you a P.O. box at the end of the show We are not above or below taking free records on this presentation. So thank you very much. And I think we lost everyone.
No, fuck that. If you want to give me free records, more than gladly. Yeah, so I found a photo I want to show.
All right, show the photo, and then we'll move on to topic number 2 because the gallery is on one. I love it. The gallery is on fire tonight.
I want to show a Mazia photo because I don't think anybody. But
well, before that, Andy G is here, friend of the show. He says the STP MoFi sounds better than my 2013 music on vinyl. Wished I had an OG. There you go.
I don't know what the fuck that sentence means, but that's okay.
Show the photo, John Bong. Come on, Bonger, show us.
No, I got a record, and inside it was this. What is it? It's like a promo photo for the Monkeys here in Mexico. But look how they wrote the Monkeys. You see the photo? Look how they wrote the Monkeys.
Los Monkeys.
Yeah, but Monkeys is written like ass.
What?
But this is like an Orpheon official photo. It has like the stamp and shit.
Is that the next MoFi record? Just asking.
No. I just thought it was interesting how.
What?
Actually, not to talk about the Beatles because I fucking hate them, but there's a documentary on YouTube. I think it's only in Spanish.
Let's
Actually,
go there.
I'm sorry. I told a fib. Here's the original '96. Because
it was Atlantic.
Yes.
Wait.
Yes.
Is
a little rough around the edges, but an OG is an OG. Let's just call it that. Oh, hang on. What happened? Oh, look at you. What do we have here, Mr. Rojas? What are you showing us?
This is the 96. Now, I didn't want to do the comparison, but
Rojas.
I didn't want to, maybe I'll do the video with the AP in this one, right? Maybe we'll do this.
There you go.
There you go. This is for John Bong here.
John Bong. He could not be Rojas. See, this guy.
I've never heard that record.
Unbelievable.
No, I for real. Every time I see those covers, I only look at the crocodile in the thing.
Bianco says Kevin Gray is happy. Jason has a new arch nemesis.
Right. That's on my bingo card, my VC bingo card, 2025.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Did you watch his Wilco one?
I haven't watched it yet. I admit, but I'm going.
Wilco? What the fuck are you talking about, Wilco?
Yeah. So Rhino High Fidelity. Right.
Oh, the first Wilco.
Yes.
Yes. AM.
I watched that one earlier today.
So I did a comparison, and that one's actually.
I'm gonna say something. As a long time a Wilco fan, that I can pull out this beautiful joke.
Oh, you have that too.
Of course, I have like 5.
What? Why 5?
Lucky.
They fucked up and they sent me like a box of them. For real, I had like 30 at one point. Because they didn't used to like put shipping numbers, so I just got like a bunch, and they were like, I don't know if I already sent you this, and they sent me like 30. But anyways, I have a bunch of these. The first Wilco record sucks dick. That's all I'm gonna say.
No way.
Like, my 3 favorite Wilco records is Being There, which is the second one. And that's all I'm gonna say. So
how dare you?
Oh no! We've got another flex. This is another flex. This is another OG flex.
Being There, I would have been there.
Another OG flex. Jason is holding the original Wilco AM.
No, but
on red vinyl, but it came into PVC sleeve, right? So there's
no. When I bought it, I sold my copy in the early 2000s, and then.
Hey, but do you have this coaster for John Prime?
What the? You should make John Bong.
VC Carrot Top. VC Carrot Top. Can we put the props away?
It's not a prop. It's a proper John Prime Tree of Forgiveness.
This is how Pee Wee Herman started. He wasn't a real stand-up, and then he would just show props, and then next thing you know, he's doing
Isn't that Sean White, or what's the other Carrot Top?
Carrot Top. That's right. Carrot Top was the prop comedian. Anyway, so Jason, you're holding the original. Jason's holding the original Wilco AM 95. Is that when it came out? I think? Yes.
Now, see, I had an original with that PVC cover. I sold it to a friend probably in the 2000s, and I feel like if he kept it in the PVC, that thing's hurt by now.
Yeah, that's a death sentence. That old PVC Dom is here. He says, I used to be anti-AM. My older years have changed my tune. Have me changing my tune.
I mean, I love this record. I saw
I'm
them
not saying
live
it's a bad record.
so
I'm
many
just saying,
times.
like, it's a weird choice. Like, if you have the opportunity to do any Wilco, which I'll say that Dom did mention the other day, Star Wars, which is used to be like a free record.
With the
well,
cat,
not the vinyl,
cat cover. Yeah.
Yes, that's a great. And it made me think of there's a lot of records that have the barcode as a part of the artwork, which I won't get
That's
into.
pretty cool.
But that's a nice list. But I will say that you know what? Do you remember that box that now goes for a little money for the B-sides for Foxtrot? That's even better. But anyways, go ahead. But if it was being there, it would have been a better choice. That's all I want to say.
All right, let's rein it in. The gallery is getting restless because we ended up on Wilco.
So for Dom here, where's the PVC? It's gone. When I bought this, I got it for $40 because the PVC was missing. And before I paid the $40, I was like, "Hey, does it have any damage?" He's like, "Nope, this thing's in VG Plus," and thankfully, it was.
Delightful. Well, that's a winning situation. Now, let's move on to the next topic because I know as much as everyone loves talking MoFi, I think at the end of the day, buy what you want. We just have opinions.
Incorrect. Don't be MoFi and don't be Mo-fooled. Okay, just.
Fair enough. We'll put that on. Go to the Concert Buddy merch store where you can find that. You can find that on a T-shirt, a bumper sticker. Also, the bingo card, VEECEE bingo card coming soon. And then we have some other stuff which we're going to premiere later. Now let's talk about. Yeah, Carrot Top VC Carrot Top is going to show us a couple more coasters. Maybe a cigarette lighter in the bucket. Now,
I actually do have some cigarettes that I want to show, but I'll do it later.
Well, can we save the cigarettes for the freestyle? That's when all the smokers watch. Is when we do the freestyle. All right. Yeah. So the second topic for podcast proper is what I'll call, and this is probably an aggressive way to say it, Sophomore Sucks. You've heard of the sophomore slump. This is really just to talk about some of those records, some of those artists where that first album was so good. And I said this when we had Adam from The Freight on not too long ago. Check your local listings. That first album, a lot of artists and bands, musicians, they've been waiting their whole life to write that album, to write those songs, to make that music. And then you have a modicum of success, and then you follow it up with not a bad piece of music, not a great piece of music, just not that piece of music. So I call it Sophomore Sucks. It's probably an aggressive term. We can use sophomore slump, however you want to go about it. Kendall, since you are a guest, why don't you kick us off on this one? Again, we've set the table. Bring us home, Big Daddy.
All right, so I have a few that I'll show you. The first two, I actually don't even have their sophomore album, so I will say Sophomore Sucks. And
you say that because it was something you just didn't want to buy, right?
Yeah.
Right,
or I didn't even know they had a sophomore album until I looked it up. And first things first, let's go with The Knack. I mean, everybody knows this album. Everybody probably has this album, or at least at one time did have this album. A lot of hits, or at least one big hit. But, this album, you can get this album really cheap. Big album, and I bet very few people can probably even name what the second album is. And I can't even, because I can't remember it, because again, it sucked.
It's a red cover, right? It's a red cover, yeah.
I don't even know. I think it might have red in it, but it's not like fully red, I don't think. But it does have the whole band on it. I know that.
It's called But the Little Girls Understand. And hang on, we've got a defender. See, Kendall, you're doing it well. You're pissing people off already. We've got Richard Vinyl Tap House. I like the next sophomore album. Found him.
Well, there you go. One person. Good for you.
So the original, get the neck, My Sharona. It's got the ones you want.
Yeah, but look, let's face it. Most people probably didn't even know they had a second album.
Wow, this savage. See, even This is a new channel, Norman Maslow. The second knack isn't bad. See, now isn't bad or isn't good. Do you have one in your collection, Mazzy?
Right.
I'm going to call you out. Do you have one? Man of many records. Do you have
Mazzy,
a second record?
It isn't bad, but is it as good as the first? And like Chance said, do you even have it?
Thank you. Yeah, this is the accountability station, and we're holding everyone accountable. Even
and this one's for you, Concert Buddy.
Oh no! Oh no, Kendall, you stole one of mine. Damn you!
Again, what's their second album called? I don't know. I don't remember.
Fairweather Johnson, and you know how I know? You ready?
Because you have it.
Yes, sir.
But again, this is the only Hootie album I have. It's the only one I'm ever gonna want.
So if Alex Beer and Vinyl is here, he knows the story how I negotiated with his local store in Columbus, RPM, for $5 off this one. But
wow.
Then Kendall, this is what we call Fairweather Johnson. This is the second album from South Carolina's own Hootie and the Blowfish. Oh, we got a hype sticker, and yes, this is an album that it doesn't compare. It doesn't have the hits.
It does not compare.
It doesn't have the soul, and it doesn't have the chutzpah of the original. So yes, that was one of my.
I completely agree. So I have two more bands, and then I'm done.
Let's do it.
So I'm a huge Sammy Hagar fan, and I think Montrose, great band. Sammy, I mean, great vocalist, still sounds great. I actually just saw him last summer. He did one Montrose song, but you know, this is a great album. I really think it is. But Paper Money does not really do anything for me compared to the first album. Just nothing really stands out on this album. And it doesn't even like this. It doesn't sound as good. I mean, so. And then last one I have, this is a newer band from the UK, the Struts.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Struts.
I love them.
If you like David Bowie, Queen, and the Rolling Stones, I think you'll love this band. This is their first album, came out I think 2015 or 14.
That sounds right. Yeah.
This is Everybody Wants. This album is
awesome.
Is amazing.
It's a no skip album. No skips album.
I mean, every song on here is great. I mean, I would listen to this constantly when it first came out. Amazing album. I was super stoked whenever I found out that they were releasing a second album. And when
Young
it came
and
out,
Dangerous, Daddy, there it is. Yep.
And I still liked the album, but I was definitely very disappointed compared to what the first album was. It was a little more poppy and a lot more commercial. Luckily enough, they redeemed themselves, in my opinion, with their next two albums, but this one definitely did not hold up to the first album.
I agree with you. Great live show, Luke Spiller and the boys. Exactly what Kendall said. If you didn't know and you just listened to that first album, you would have thought Freddie Mercury somehow had a child, because the range and the sound of his voice, Luke Spiller's voice, is very Freddie Mercury-ish. Not going to say it's Freddie, because there's only one. But it's probably as close outside of that guy from like Winnipeg, Mark. What's his name?
Mark Martel.
Mark Martel, yeah. Mark Martel is, I think, a love child of Freddie Mercury's, but you didn't hear that here on Surface Noise. Anyway, I like it. Those are some good choices, Kendall. Way to go.
Thank you.
John Bong. Do you have some records that the second does not compare to the first? No.
I have absolutely no idea. Like
you have a John Prine lighter, and you have a Wade Boggs.
Well, I have his Mark DeMarco.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
This is my cigarettes that I give.
Yeah, remember he told the story. He hung out with the autograph, right? Yeah,
and it still has one cigarette. And actually, you can date this because these Lucky Strikes were only made for like a year.
Now here's a good one, Tom, and this is one I considered. High-Rand District Thomas here. He says, seriously though, Television's second album, Adventure, was a slick, polished.
Fuck you! That's a great record. And in fact, Television, their third record with the white cover, It's fucking amazing, man. So fuck
man.
you. No, I'm not angry. But the second one is not more. It's more song driven than guitar driven. Great fucking record. And the third one is a mixture between the two, which is
A chef's kiss. I like it.
and fuck Rhino for not making the third one. All right.
Hey, we got a request. Jason Rojas, he's off screen. He's getting some ammunition, vinyl ammunition. But we have a request if you can hear us. Norman Maslow says, can Jason show the second Fremer record? The second Fremer record. Is that possible? Was there a second Fremer record? Does anyone know?
Lord, I hope not.
Well,
it was probably burned in a fire.
Well, here I'll go since Jason's off screen. So Kendall already took my Hootie and the Blowfish, but hang on, different stack. So I've got two left. So I'm going to start with. I mean, this is a monster. Jagged Little Pill, Alanis Morissette. Kendall kind of stole some of my lead on this one too. Monster. It's hard to compare to this. 95. This.
You gonna get that MoFi?
No. This is from an independent retailer called Walmart. It's French, Walmart. It's also known to have a pressing defect, but if you have a good turntable, it will play through. Look it up, folks.
Or if you have a cross, it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, you just throw them both in the trash. But then, to Kendall's point, so this was the follow-up album, and they did do a MoFi this one. This is Supposed Former Infatuation Junkie. Not a bad record, but such lofty, like a big shadow to fill like Jagged Little Pill. So I don't know if anybody could have met the wind, met the occasion, rose to the occasion, I guess is the way to say it. But no, there will be no MoFi for me on this one because I got this one. I believe it's called Breakaway Records. Breakaway Records in Austin, Texas provided me with this original pressing.
Really? That's where you bought that?
That's correct.
Am I incorrect in saying that she was God in Dogma?
Accurate statement. Accurate statement. Also anniversary of that film. And then you have Breakin', the breakdancing movie. But I'm here to tell you, Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo is garbage. Look, I mean, the dancing with the broom is a great scene, but come on.
No. The cover looks better. Look at the golden sneaker.
That's a whole.
No, we're not talking about the artwork. We're talking about
Don't judge a record by the cover.
That's right.
100%.
You don't play the cover, guys. Remember the famous line: you don't play the cover. So
you know what, Kendall? I'll tell you this. I've never listened to what is it? Van Halen 3, and since these guys were like saying a bunch of shit about Van Halen 3, I listened to like 2 songs. It sucked shit. It was horrible. And the cover itself is like horrible. So 100%, dude.
Terry, I want to be very clear. There was not Electric Boogaloo slander. It was just an assessment. It's a lofty expectation to meet the original, to meet the moment. And the original was just huge. And so I got to address this one. Again, Norman Maslow, the way Chance has his albums, he might as well slab them all. And he put slab in all caps. I can't help it that I take care. We have a process, and Novice Nick is here, and he can relate. You want to take care of your records. This is what we call shrink wrap, and it's got the awesome vinyl storage solution sleeve because you know what? Who wants to open the sleeve and you can just do this? Pow, pow. And the record is right there on the Polydor label. Look at this. Pow. 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 This is it.
Do you do that noise when you're alone?
I actually do it during the stream. I mute myself, and you guys don't hear it. It's actually glorious.
Pow.
Pow. Pow, pow. So, yes. All right. Rojas, bring us home. Sophomore Sucks. Bring us home.
So this one is for the, VC boomers, VC dinosaurs watching us. This one's an oldie.
I can't believe you'd say that about Vinyl Richie. He's done so much for the community.
Chad, AP, right? They have finished the series. So here it is, right? Steely Dan, Can't Buy Thrill. What, 72? Right?
That's a horrible statement.
I mean, again, with another kind of, what is this cover? What is this?
It's an okay cover. I don't hate it. I
mean, but again, Can't Buy Thrill, many hits, right? So many hits.
Well, Jason, but think of it like this. If you're an acid head back in the 60s and 70s, and you cross, you grow up, you see that cover, and you think, oh, Steely Dan, the dildo from that LMS
Sure,
Burroughs
sure, yeah.
novel.
They'd be like it'd be like an
Steely
inside
dildo.
joke.
And you see that cover. That's a good looking cover. If you think, wow, a dildo made
Hold
this
up here.
cover.
Let's look at this part right here specifically.
Yeah, that's LMS
Hang on.
Burroughs.
Oh, is that a shirtless Marlon Brando? Is that shirtless Marlon Brando?
Okay, so now again, big hits with this record, and then they followed it up with another great album cover, right?
Do you bought that from Dylan? What the fuck does it have like a bunch of writing on it?
Oh my
And
God.
Countdown to Ecstasy, it's just not good. I'm just gonna be honest.
They actually only had 2 people, and then the label was like, "There's more people in Steely Dan. Can you add another image?"
Is it because it says what? Like
Right. This. So again, this was not the follow-up the label was looking for. Right.
I mean, that artwork is. I mean, seriously, that's like an intern. Did an intern do the artwork? It's pretty rough.
All right. Let's go
that's
harder. Let's go harder. Right.
Step it up. Let's
wait,
go.
I'm gonna say that Bodhisattva's like shit. Everybody that tells me the second record is better than the first one, and they point out Bodhisattva, not doing it for me.
I'd never imagined that I'd hear John Bong talk about Bodhisattva. That's...
It's a piece of shit song. Fuck that song.
All right. So here we go. Right, 94.
Oh,
The Shrek band.
Right.
So what record are you holding, Jason?
I am holding. What is this? 95, 94.
I think 94.
Counting Crows. August. Everything After.
Hell, it might have been 93. I'll look it up. I could do some research.
Is Big Yellow Taxi on that record?
No.
No. In Your Dreams.
Is that on the Shrek soundtrack?
Yes.
93. September of 93.
Wow. 93. So I mean, this was huge. Like.
Yes, monster.
I mean, Mr. Jones. I mean, I'm pretty sure some VC dinosaurs in this chat remember the Counting Crows. Elliot, do you remember?
Oh,
93?
Elliot fuck with the Counting Crows.
Hang on. Now, I bet you Elliot may not know Stone Temple Pilots, but I'm going to wager. I think he knows Counting Crows.
Yeah.
Elliot, prove me right.
Come on.
I
Right.
I think if you go to the Deep South and you play Counting Crows, people are just like, they don't say anything, just like.
That's what they play in the Target down there, and
they were like, "Is this a new artist?"
No. This is so controversial. Eddie's here, physical media.
Eddie, wait, let me address
suck.
Eddie. Let me address Eddie for a second.
Suck.
Eddie, Counting Crows do suck, but they're a Shrek band, so you gotta go light on that.
Hang on, are you saying that the Latinos give Counting Crows a pass because they're a Shrek band? Is this an inside baseball situation? Because
yes.
So,
but especially if it's in the second Shrek movie.
Fair enough.
Right. So, John Bong, how would you describe the music on this? How would you?
It's like if rednecks that play that washing bass made pop. That's how it sounds.
Elliot, save us. We need some of those instruments. We need the visual cues because that's.
Mazzy, you're right. Eels, Tom Waits are in Shrek, so that's So I love both.
All right, let me go to, since John Bong just.
But what songs are in those records? Sorry.
So hold up, Kendall. How would you describe this record? How would you describe this? Did you actually like this record?
Yeah. No, I mean it's.
Around here, Mr. Jones. I mean, come on.
I mean, like it's very, like it's pop, but it's not just pop. Like it's acoustic.
Yes.
It's very singer-songwriter at the same time.
Is Long December on that one?
No, that's on the next one.
Oh, that's on the one you're going to show. God, sorry, spoiler alert.
Like, I mean, it's very singer-songwriter, acoustic.
Chance, I thought of one, but I don't have the record because I sold it. So later on, I'll say.
Later on, we'll bring it back.
So again, big hit 93. They probably had 3 or 4 big singles. Now they followed it up with Recovering the Satellites. I
Ooh,
believe
Rain
this is-
King was on that one. I forgot Rain King. Great song. But anyway, yes.
So what is this? 96, right?
96. Yeah, I have that one. 96.
And they were rocking Too Hard on here.
Too much rocking. This is Adam Duras. He was dating both Courtney Cox and Jennifer Aniston. So ultimate Hall of Fame stickman year, 1995 for Adam
Right. They
Duras.
were not friends, right? Just kidding.
Dudes before moods. Just remember that. Dudes before moods.
This record, like, people probably don't even know it, right? Because it was not a hit. Like, it failed.
Fell flat. Yep.
And actually, I personally think this is the better record. You know?
I would say Long December is one of their Mount Rushmore songs. It's an amazing song.
Like, this record has, like, a perfect A side. I think it's 2 records. Perfect disc 1. Like, what the hell?
That's like saying you prefer diabetes type 2 to diabetes type 1.
We call that new diabetes, John. New diabetes.
All right, last one for Mr. Bong here. Let me just wrap this
Hey,
up.
side note on the Counting Crows. It should be noted that the original on Recovering the Satellites, the second record, tapes burned up in the Universal fire. So
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
the only analog version is the original that Jason's holding, I believe, right there. So just to let you know, somebody online recently got one, and I commented to that effect. Oh, it was Tim. I think University of Vinyl got one, and yeah, that one was one of the few they actually legitimately confirmed burned up in the 2008 Universal fire. So, all right, bring us home.
All right, so this is legendary. I saw this guy in 95. Nobody went to his show. He was opening up for Julian Hatfield. Okay? Maybe there was like 12 people at the show. Pretty embarrassing. But I'm talking about Jeff Buckley, 94, Grace. Okay?
Is that the European first?
This is that one that, no, that's actually in the box over there. This is the ORG 2LP cut by 45. This is like, I'm showing this to make Arnaldo just upset. When he watches.
Arnaldo, wherever you are, you're going to watch this on repeat. I guarantee it, and you're going to see this.
So I don't think this was a hit, actually. I don't think this was a hit at all.
No, it was. It was like a soft hit.
Soft hit. But not in America, right? I think it was bigger hit in Europe and overseas.
Another Shrek artist, right? This is I'm gonna say that Jason
I don't think
is
his
doing
version was
Shrek
in Shrek.
soundtrack.
Right, I'm like six steps away from a Shrek album. And he died, right? Trying to make the follow-up that he never enjoyed, right? And the label was in a hurry. They knew that they could make some money.
Oh no! And what's this? What's this album titled?
My Sweetheart, Sketches for My Sweetheart the Drunk, which I think this came out in. I can't read that. Now I feel like
Everything comes back to Shrek.
Well, John, I've confirmed
98.
Yeah, so that actually John Cale performed the Hallelujah.
No, wait. I'm gonna say this. Wait, I know my Shrek story, so.
There's only one Shrek expert in the VEEC.
On the movie, it's the John Cale, but on the soundtrack, it's the what's the other the London Wainwright son? What's the guy's name?
Rufus Wainwright.
Rufus Wainwright. Yeah. That's the version on the CD or the vinyl, I guess. I don't know.
All right,
but still Shrek.
So I'm going to Shrek block you. Jason, bring us home. So the second Jeff Buckley record, just yucko, huh?
No, yeah. It didn't have the sort of grand majesty and the orchestration that, Grace had. And, look at this cover. He's wearing a gold lame suit, like woo-woo, holding like a vintage mic. And what is this? What is this? Pre-Photoshop. What is this?
Oh, that's bad. That's a
college
college project gone wrong.
Oh, can
I say something? I got to say something. You know what, Jason? Can you hold the first one up, please?
Sure.
Because I'm gonna vinyl tell on myself. For a long time, I used to get Jeff Buckley and Jeff Healey confused. Remember Jeff Healey, the blind singer from Roadhouse?
No one
see that cover, and I thought that was Jeff Healey band. And
no one's ever said that in their life.
I know, that's what I'm telling on myself. I'm literally telling the tale.
Can you highlight Vinyl and Kicks 86? He
says Jeff Buckley and Elizabeth Fraser song "All Flowers in Time" is God tier. God,
that's a beautiful fucking song.
Look at Kendall.
How did you get these two mixed up?
Listen. We're not all. I know on the outside I look like a modern day Adonis, but sometimes you just
I mean,
That's
now that you're doing it, now I feel even dumber. So Kendall, thank you for making me feel even more stupid.
I mean,
Confusing Jeff Keighley with Jeff Buckley for a
maybe
limited
he
time.
was at
only.
Walmart when it happened.
For a limited time only, and plus Roadhouse is a classic. Let's just be honest. Anyway.
So shout out to Tap Records right there. Everybody Here Wants You. That song on this second record, that's a dope song. You know.
I will say that in technicality, was the Gary Lucas record released around that time as well, or am I tripping balls? I don't remember.
I'd have to look. Perhaps. I mean, what I tend to forget is that this one was produced by Tom Verlaine of television.
because it's a great record. That's why I have it.
Kendall is taking shots from the gallery. You can't watch this, but friend of the show Kevin says, "Why does Kendall have that Jeff Healey record?" And I'm just going to say that I've got it, and it's awesome.
I have more than just that one too, but we won't get into that.
Do you have the Roadhouse extended version that came out this year? Thank you.
Really?
Yeah. There's Roadhouse. There were songs that didn't make the soundtrack, and they are delightful.
By the way,
Very good.
Thank you, Mondo.
the new Roadhouse movie sucks shit.
Oh no, we'll talk about that in the freestyle. So, Jeff Buckley's second album, it's just not up to snuff.
I mean, I still enjoy listening to it, but it wouldn't have that and passion that.
Is it an expensive record, Jason?
They're both. Yeah, this reissue is super expensive, like
Here's my question:
$500.
Would he really be as popular now if he hadn't died? Especially if he died.
Yes.
No, I think he would not have been popular. I mean, like I said, I went to the show, 12 people. Like, I know that he was big in Europe, you know?
Wait, what pressing is it? Isn't that like a 3 LP set?
Yes. Well, because it's the sketches. It's not the full,
Oh, it's
he died.
No, but isn't that like a 3 thing? Isn't it like a 3 LP? I'm looking at.
Yes, here it is.
Oh, all right.
I mean, he actually covers Genesis on here.
Yeah,
back in New York City.
I actually don't mind the record.
Land of Confusion, the greatest Genesis song.
That's
only a singer as awesome as David Domain or the guy from Disturbed would dare take on Land of Confusion. That's a hard one to do.
Top 5 bands I wish they didn't exist.
Oh, jeez.
Listen, we don't want to bore people with.
Can I say one?
Yes, John, bring us home, and then we'll end the segment.
As a guy that was born in '95, I will say that I have a big soft spot for like '97 to like 2000s bands, like Modest Mouse, shit like that. But one record that I remember getting the CD years later, right? But I got the CD. And I thought, oh man, this is a good record. I want to keep listening to them. And I bought the CD. I don't have it anymore. And I used to have the vinyl, but it went up in price, and I sold it because I was not really listening to it. But I'll say that I don't know if Jason has it, but the Marcy Playground, the second record came out on vinyl just recently last year. And it's already going for like $150. But yeah, I was very disappointed. It's not a good record. They're an okay band. I don't think.
Can you name another song besides Sex and Candy, Jose?
Yeah, I could, like Poppies.
Okay, attaboy. Get it.
Cherry Fraser.
Fair enough.
Vampires of New York. I think that was another.
Now you're showing off, John. John Bong is Bong.
No, I really like that.
Fair enough.
I actually can probably name you like from their last record they did. I can name you like 1 or 2 songs because they did like a remix thing. I don't know. It's a band that I thought was not bad, and but their second record is like it's one of the first bands that I remember listening to another record and thinking like, oh, okay, like you're not gonna like every single. Because you get into when you're young, you get into these bands that most of their discography is like well received. Like Pink Floyd or whatever, right? But yeah, their second record was like whatever.
Well, guys, we this is what we call the supersized edition. It's a holiday weekend. If people want to listen to the podcast over the weekend, we've given them ample nutritional value for their investment of $0. We call that $0 dólares in Latin America. I want to thank my guests. Stick around, freestyle coming up. I want to thank my guests. The candy, what do we call him? It carrot top of the VEE CEE, the immortal John Bong. John Bong, thank you for joining us, sir.
Not only I'm not white, well, maybe I'm white, I don't know, but I'm not a redhead, so that's a
not a redhead. This is true. This is true. And then, of course, His Royal Highness. I'm not talking about the king of cartoons from Pee-wee's Playhouse. I'm talking about the king of the VC, Jason Rojas. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me back on Concert Buddy bonus round.
I was
Hunting high and low.
There you go.
Followed by Scoundrel Days. Now
Boom,
this
boom.
is Scoundrel Days, the better record, but this one had more hits.
He was just waiting. That's what we call the left-right combo. Left-right combo. And then first time, hopefully we'll see you again. Hopefully we didn't scare you off with our pre-show conversation and or this mayhem. It's the Spin Doctor and his Vinyl Mayhem. Kendall, thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you for having me on, everyone. I appreciate it. Had a blast.
And subscribe, check out Kendall's channel. And if you don't, I'm going to send people to hurt you. I'm just kidding. And we've made it, boys. Home stretch. Freestyle time. I was wondering, Jason, if you're going to pull out the aha, because as I was racking my brain trying to think of Monster and Little Debbie Cupcake second album, I just couldn't pull it out.
Well, no, I needed to please some of the viewers here. You know, some of them very old. They don't know these bands. We need to, relate to them.
Vinyl education. This is good.
Steely Dan.
New channel, vinyl education opportunity. It's the VEO of the VEE CEE. Thank you. So, Kendall, what do you think?
I want to point out that Mad Vinyl. Wait, I just want to point out that Mad Vinyl New York City's been holding a grudge for me for almost 3 years now. I just want to say congrats.
Jeez.
I still don't know why he hates me, but apparently he hates you because he didn't salute you.
This is a good way to bring the freestyle, right? Which is
I don't know what's going on. I was salute and I've met.
You didn't mention Jason, so he's probably mad at him as well.
Oh no! Well,
who isn't mad at me? Get in line.
Yeah, get in line. Get a ticket. Get a ticket. Pay for admission. Come on.
Have a fake account. Put me on the avatar. You live long enough in the VC, right?
Have a fun me.
The villain, yes.
Or you can have your photo taken and create a new account, or you can have somebody call and prank you, or you can have somebody text you pretending to be somebody you met in North Carolina, even though you didn't give them their phone number. These are all real things, guys. These are all.
Wait. Somebody you met in North Carolina?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll just tell this story, but there's a wonderful VCer who's probably watching us right now, hate watching us, who looked me up online, got my phone number. Then after I came back from visiting you and doing the Noble thing, pretended to be somebody that I'd met in North Carolina, when the reality was I gave no one my phone number in North Carolina. So I know who you are. I know you're probably hate watching. That was pretty creepy. So thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Weirdos. There's some weirdos. The weirdos don't get the hose. Just remember that. That's all I'm going to say.
Jeez.
Anyway, so Kendall, first time in a while.
You definitely didn't see. You didn't see Twin Peaks because that's not how the shit rolls.
No, I didn't see any of that.
Weirdos do get the trick.
So Kendall, trying to bring it back to you.
Yeah.
First time on a live stream. You're doing well. Do you need a bathroom break?
I'm good.
You feeling good? All right, got your stamina? Because we go probably another little bit for the freestyle. You've seen this.
I've been there.
This is not your first time. Like you said, it's the first time on the stream, but not your first time watching the disaster center that is freestyle of Surface Noise.
So, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty positive I watched the very first Surface Noise you did.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, a long time ago. So
was it called Surface Noise, or was it like that first live stream where it was like hide your eyes? Like I think even like I said, Vinyl Richie was on there. There was people who haven't watched my channel in years. Yeah,
I mean, I don't remember, but I remember you doing a live stream and watching. So.
Yeah, so. I tell you, the beginning live stream, and trust me, we are still building the plan as we fly it. But I will say, you do expect the unexpected. Because the gallery is the fuel. It's the what do they call that? The nightmare fuel that drives the train sometimes. But it's a lot of fun. And as you know, we've been talking about this for a while. So I'm glad you got the go and the inspiration or the perspiration, and hopefully not the constipation, to join us. But you're doing well. Freestyle. Anything you want to bring up? Because we got to be hospitable to our guests. Is there like you want to do an AMA? You want to? Is there something on your mind from a vinyl collecting perspective that you want to ask these three jabronis about?
Not at the moment. I'm good. I'm along for the ride tonight. Maybe down the road if I'm on again. If you'll invite me on again.
We got to look up the analytics post show. That's how we decide if we bring people back, because we need to see how many likes, how many dislikes, how many fake accounts, how many video reported the YouTubes we get, and then we deem it a success or a work in progress. Right.
There you go.
Now your friend is here, my friend and our friend Brian Glick. Brian Glick says Kendall has been around for a while. He has soared with the eagles and slithered with the snakes, and has been everywhere in between. High praise? ? High praise from Brian Glick, the immortal.
Oh, Brian.
I will say, I was feeling pretty good. I met you, when I come out in the fall. You're kind enough to host me around when I was visiting North Carolina proper. Elliot couldn't be bothered to come visit us. I'm just going to say it, Elliot. I'm going to air some dirty laundry. I asked if you're going to come and see us. You said, no, it's too far for you. So maybe one day. But no, Kendall, it was like a good hang. And I was feeling pretty good. I thought I was number one on the VC Power Rankings. And then Brian Glick comes to town for Record Store Day and builds a museum and a guest center right in front of Lunchbox Records that had steaks and 80-inch TVs. And it was over. Like I was the flavor of the month for 5 months, and then Brian Glick comes to town, and you would have never known CONCERTBUDDIE had ever been. There was like the tumbleweeds. It was, they put my picture in the men's room. Like it had gone that low. So Glick, you glicked me. Thanks for
part of that is Brian also had a friend in common with myself and the guy that brought a lot of the stuff for RSD that time. So that had something to do with it.
A shout out to the executive producer of Surface Noise, Wyoming Dave. He posted a link to Kendall's channel in the chat. Check it out. Sub this guy up. He does videos. He is dedicated. This guy had a migraine. He did like the Jordan flu game. He had a migraine over the weekend, and he still came out and made a video. I would have said Jose saying fuck this shit, and I would have been all about fetal position, sucking my thumb, and forget it, migraine. But this guy, Jordan, the 4-5 flu game, he's making a video. So respect to that. But I will say this. Now we've got some controversy.
Uh-oh.
And here he is. Hang on. I think when you think controversy, you think Elliot Cruz. And Elliot Cruz the slow heel turn has been coming. He says, you go further east, Chance. We don't even consider Charlotte a part of the state. Kendall, how do you respond to that? That's an accusation.
So I don't live in Charlotte. I live in Matthews. So
can you give everyone your street address? That's what we do on this show. We like to reveal our addresses so our fans can find us and torment us.
123 Boogie Woogie
At the corner of Know Your Old Boulevard and Shut Your Mouth Drive. Is that correct?
And zip code is OU 812.
See, you're getting it. My man. Good stuff. Well, we've got Chris from Record Talk is probably accurate. I think a video of Chance sucking his thumb would go viral. Accurate. If you subscribe to the Patreon, you'll find this in we call this the God tier. If you, for the low price of $199 a month, we will show you this video and any other video of me in compromising positions. We've also lost John Bong, but the good news is it allows us to show this wonderful display of a Sam Goody store that I found, and you can see pre-surgical Simon Cowell. This should be hung in a museum if you look at this thing, because you've got Simon Cowell before they destroyed his face.
Wait, is the phone $70? Confused.
I believe it's a Nokia. Remember Nokias?
Shit.
What a time. What a time.
Thank you, Elliot.
Now, Bonger, are you back? There he is.
He's on DSD, like,
Yes,
64.
because it was like lagging or something.
All good. So, guys, now, Jose,
Yeah,
this may not
anything.
apply to you. Jose, 4th of July means nothing to you, right? It's just a Friday for you. Nothing exciting. Well, let's talk about something real exciting. Have you been to the Tomato Lady lately? Have you visited Her Royal Highness, the Queen, the Tomato Lady?
You know what? I haven't gone out. I'm a big Facebook market.
He is a
but
base. He's a Facebook
I haven't
vinyl
found
hunter.
anything.
Nothing?
I haven't found
Nothing
anything
good?
on Facebook Market for a few days now.
That's
I
not
bought
good.
some records off of Discogs. Nobody wants to hear about that, but I will say that the only weird thing that's happened to me lately for records is that I bought a record last Monday, and the guy was going to ship it this Monday. And after I bought it and paid for it, I told the guy, "Hey, I saw you have some more records from that guy. Can I buy them and add them to the existing cart?" I don't know if it never happened to me. I normally, before I pay, I ask for more records. But the guy said, "No, it's already packaged. I'm going to ship it on Monday." It's like, it's still like a week till you ship them. And you don't want to sell me more records? I don't know. So I literally bought them from the same guy. And he didn't put him on the same thing. He shipped them like in two different ones. So fuck him, I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this, guys. I don't know if anybody got. I saw this one get brought. Easy Now 27 says, "Did you get the VMP Ask Us Anything email?" I did. I did not participate because we were doing Surface Noise last Thursday, the same time they were doing the Ask Us Anything. Now, full transparency, I've reached out to the new regime at Vinyl Me Please, and at first was met receptively. I don't know if they're just very busy. I don't know, but haven't heard from them. It's been tumbleweeds. So I hope that they're solving all the problems, and then maybe they'll come back to us. But I've extended an invitation to bring them on the Show of Records, talking about records, to meet with us and greet with us and potentially confront Big Chris for running them out of business single-handedly with all of his replacement requests. So maybe that happens. We'll see how it goes.
Was that last week?
Yeah, they did the AMA last week. You had to pre-register because I was hoping I could go back and catch it on a replay.
You had to pre-register.
Yeah, you had to pre-register.
And then you also had to sign an NDA.
For real?
Just kidding.
Oh my!
Just making up rumors. I better slow down there.
Now Bianco is
sorry,
still
VMP.
Here. Yeah, David says we gave VMP all the good ideas a few weeks ago and they took it and ran. That's possible. But I'm going to be optimistic. I hope Emily, you got my email. Don't forget me. It's like that song. Don't you forget about me. We'd love to have you on, but until then, we got to continue. What a horrible song.
By the way, can I say that something I hate with all my might right
Please.
now going on in like Instagram? It's like, have you seen those videos of like 80s movie character or TV sitcoms and they put the Forever Young song and they show you how they look like shit now?
I hate that stuff where they AI age them.
Yes.
So stupid and fake.
But with that song, with the Forever Young song, it's like,
see, Ellie, you're right. Breaking Bread with Chance on the stream. How could they pass on that? I agreed. This is a question. I just can't. Now I know where Tom was last week. I noticed Tom was conspicuously absent from Surface Noise in the gallery. seems like he was over watching the VMP AMA. So Tom, can you give us a full field report? Our views were down, and I knew you weren't here. You started with this. But you
So
didn't.
like AMA, like video, or is it just chat, or like a Reddit AMA?
I don't know, but again, because I didn't catch. There wasn't a replay available that I could catch. But
No replay video. Oh my gosh.
Well, again, I think that you had to do the pre-registry. I don't know if you could go back. I did try to go back last Friday and participate, or at least recap it. I did see some social media justice warriors in the Reddit, the Vinyl Me Please Reddit, did recap some of the high points. So I would encourage people to go check that out. But sounds like they really got their hands dirty, and not through their own doing, but they inherited a mess, as we'd been saying.
So like they didn't have any VC trolls in their chat, you know. just asking, you know.
It's possible. It's possible, but I mean the best trolls come here. Let's just be honest. We get the top tier or the lowest tier of trolls. So it's possible. It's possible. Hang on a second. So Joel was there too. Who wasn't at the VMP AMA? Joel, fun stream, but all the drama was non-MoFi. Oh, you talking about us? You talking about us, Joel? You talking about us? Talking about us? So, well, we'll see what happens there. John, yes.
I seem to recall a wardrobe change in the mix here.
Oh yeah, hang on a second. That's a great idea. Let me take out the trash real quick. I see we couldn't get through it. We couldn't get through a show without somebody being a chucklehead. So let me take that out. But yeah, we've got a wardrobe change. I should have done it earlier, and in fact, I probably should do it now because I do know I have some fans. They call me Concert Boobie. I think is a new one that Concert Boobies. So I would normally show my concert boobies, but I don't want to get us banned in some other states. So hold please. But yes, we have a wardrobe change because we've got the latest.
And by the way, Gianni, can you actually write your proper fucking language? Thanks.
I took them out, Jose.
Are you gonna wear a VMP tank top? Just asking.
I've got a belly shirt, a midriff shower.
Oof.
Adam Tiro knows what I'm talking about. He was talking about earlier. Now, I don't even know how to present this, guys, because this is in full transparency. Our panel has seen this because this is such a. This is going to be on the runways of Milan. This is going to be.
This taking way too long.
Hang on. This is what we call the build-up. Let me put some music. Now, we've got the latest, and if you can't catch this, this is the prototype of the new John Bong t-shirt, blessed by Bong. Now, don't be confused. This is not the new Pope. This is not Chicago Pope. This is the real Pope. This is the Pope of the VEE CEE. And when you're wearing this, you wear this. Wear this into your local record store. They will give you records. They'll give you test pressings. They'll give you dollar bin records. They'll give you wall records because you've been blessed by Bong.
You know when VMP saw that picture, that shirt, they were like, "Who is John Bong? Can he be CEO of VMP?" You know? And then you, Concert Buddy, were like, "I am actually chief logistics." You know.
That's right, vice president of logistics. Oh no, we've got. Oh man, I tell you what, it's a tough day. I didn't know the trash run was on Thursday nights, but guys, I guess thank you, Wyoming Dave. We've again executive producer of the program. Goodness. We've got some real.
Well, I can answer Gianni. Gianni, that shit's coming out.
Answer new friend Gianni Proano. Yeah, what? How did you answer him, Jose?
It's coming out after the video of me fucking his mom, but
jeez.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, what are we gonna do? What are we
They're
gonna
they're
do?
trolling. They be
But,
trolling.
Hey, this is what you do when you're.
by the way, I do want to point out that they have a Shrek mask on, so it is consistent with the show. That means that at least they watch the whole show. They probably like fiddling around like YouPorn or something.
Jose, we got a question for you.
Which is, but at least they're consistent. Right?
Jose, we got a question. How does it feel to have a man wear your face on his chest? Is it legend status? How would you see it? Because, come on, nothing gets better than Bong. Come on.
Well, it feels weird because it was the horrible timing. Like somebody was trolling me, and then Janice was like, "This is the perfect moment to show this shirt that I made on Sticker Mule or some shit like that."
Listen,
So,
this is a picture that's been in our little show chat for a while, so it was already vetted. I think, in fact, this might have been a Jason Rojas creation. I don't recall.
I think I've never seen it, by the way.
Oh, well, then you haven't been reading.
Yeah, it's not true. It was in the group chat.
Yeah, it's in the group chat. It's
I
been
don't.
in the
Yeah,
group
but I
chat
remember.
multiple times. Yes.
And by the way, Mad City Vinyl, what the fuck is too true? The fuck
Yeah.
you mean too true? You dumb fuck?
Listen, I'm gonna play Vinyl Peacekeeper. If we're gonna stay stupid shit, we're gonna get evicted. Let's keep it cool, because we don't have room for chuckleheads. We're all about peace and love. Like Ringo, he just had his 85th birthday. He's the first Beatle to reach 85. That was for you, Tom. You wanted some Beatle talk? I just gave it to you. There's your Beatle talk for the program. Oh, delightful. Well, I don't know if we can talk to John Bongtree. Yes.
So, Chance, when are you seeing Oasis?
August
28th. August 28th.
It's a Thursday in Chicago. Yeah, I was supposed to go see him, and they're in New York that weekend. It's like Labor Day weekend, but moving some travel around. So it's a little bit easier to travel to Chicago than New York. I know it's hard to believe from where I am, but you find a way, and I think it works in our schedule a little bit better. So we're gonna go see them on the 28th, and then hopefully that frees me up to go to WFMU in November. We'll see. Still working that one out, but I'm trying to make the rounds. I'm excited. So far they haven't canceled, so that's good.
First gig is tomorrow. First gig is tomorrow.
That's what I mean.
I don't know if you heard those like clips on Instagram, like somebody's outside the arena and they're recording them like doing sound check, and I was like, oh my gosh, like back on. And I feel like the only loser in the Oasis reunion is Zach Starkey, Ringo's son, right? Because he was supposed to, he was playing with the Who. Right. He got fired twice. And then he was like, they were asking, what are you up to next? And he was like, well, all my friends, are in this band or in Oasis. I was like, oh, man, that's right. You would have been the drummer for Oasis. But you were busy. Now you're not busy.
I am definitely not going to watch the Black Sabbath concert on July 5th. But
why?
I will.
That's coming up. Now, Jose, why do you say that? Do you not like Black Sabbath? Do you not like Ozzy with Parkinson's? Like, what is your reservation?
No, I am, but it's just like, do you want to watch greatest hits done like,
But it's the last time. You'll never see it again. It's who you want.
What? I think I hope that I was wishing when they did the Anno Domini, whatever box, well, I don't remember the name of the box that they did, that they were going to tour, and didn't happen. And now with this, I don't know, like, you remember that when Dio came back and they did Heaven and Hell?
Yeah, I wish I would have went to see that. That album, the tour, that thing's going for so much money.
Bible Black?
No. I guess, the Heaven and Hell record, that record specifically.
The red one's called, the Bible Black one, yeah. It's like a demon.
A 2 LP set?
Yes. I think they have 2 records, right? I keep forgetting.
It is. It's a really interesting lineup for this show, though. I mean, the one band I'm curious about is the one apparently they took off the bill. Has that been revealed? Because I know poor Dave Mustaine and Megadeth got painted with that brush, but it wasn't them. I don't know if they were even offered, but that was the rumor because there was a band that was removed from the bill. Does anybody know who that was?
Well, let me ask another question here.
A question of a question? Oh no! What is?
How many bands are opening for the Sabbath reunion?
Too many to count.
So is that going to start at like 9 in the morning? So then by the time Sabbath goes on, it'll be 6, 7 in the evening. I'm just curious.
Well, and I think, and I could be wrong, but I also think that a lot of the members of the bands are playing with Sabbath too. Like it's not just going to be.
It's going to be like a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like gangbang, like they did at the end kind of.
I wish I was there. Like Bill Ward, the original drummer. He is one of the best drummers.
Thank you.
10 a.m. Oh my gosh.
That's an all-dayer. It's like that saying, you can't drink all day if you don't start early. It's the same thing. You can't Black Sabbath.
Well, I mean, it's like when they did the thing for Taylor Hawkins. I mean, that concert was all day.
They did 2 of them. They did one in Europe and one in the States. I mean, Taylor's getting a bigger send-off than Black Sabbath. What's that tell you? Unbelievable.
I'm just gonna say, have you ever listened to Bill Ward's solo records?
No. Tell me more.
But I heard he's got a new one now.
Bill Ward?
Yeah, like I heard he.
Is it true he was helped by AI? Felipe, are you breaking news or are you starting rumors? What's going on here, Felipe?
No.
Is this true?
Well, Bill Ward was supposedly not out for the 13 piece of shit record they did. So it was weird. I don't know if you remember that era of Black Sabbath, but they kept like photoshopping him out of all the Instagram posts and shit like that. Yeah, go back and you can see like I don't know who Sharon was or someone, but they were not putting Bill Ward's face on it, so it was really weird.
Jose, can you move to your right about 2 inches? Move to your right.
No.
I want to see the halo. I want the perfect halo.
No, why are you screenshotting me? What is this shit?
I'm not screenshotting anything. No, I just think it. Oh, you're moving to the left now. Wrong direction. There you go.
Anyways, yeah, but the Bill Ward records are like almost like Carnival-esque Yetro Tool sounding. It's very bizarre records, but they're fun. Definitely not what do you think of the Black Sabbath drummer doing records. It's like sort of like Nick Mason records. They're really not Pink Floyd, but I think that I don't know. It just makes me sad when I watch like reunion shows normally.
It's good to know.
Yeah, the Black Sabbath studded record sucks.
Oh, so Vinyl Kick says the Sabbath 13 LP had Brad Wilk of Rage Against the Machine on drums. Didn't know that. I know.
I saw that tour, I think, or the reunion tour.
So, is this a real question from Easy Now 27? Who is digging Skinwalker Ranch? Skinwalker Ranch. Is this a thing? That sounds like John Holmes' address. I don't know what Skinwalker Ranch. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe the olds have got me. Here's a good one. So Kevin's asked, me, myself, and my vinyl, how much is it, and where can I get the Black Sabbath concert? Is this a pay-per-view? I'm assuming it's a. Sharon Osbourne's promoting it, I'm sure. So I'm sure it's a cash cow.
It's in the website, right? I think it's not.
They're streaming it on a website. Oh, that'll go well. That'll go smashingly well. There won't be any kind of service interruptions or Netflix spinning bars of doom or
Exactly.
I love Black Sabbath. I mean, but it's just I don't know, man. Like I don't want to be. Have you seen the Instagram again with the Instagram posts? But all the Instagram posts lately, it's just photos of them looking like shit. Like
they're
kidding.
It's hard to believe. Felipe's in the know. He says they're sponsored by Adult Pampers.
What? They're sponsored by Acoustic Productions? What? Confused there. Oh man.
One of the
by MoFi.
Can you think of another? Because I saw that somebody wrote that. Can you think of another band from that era that like every member still alive? The original members.
The originals. It's a good question. So many people. Aerosmith. Yeah, but they don't perform anymore. Steven Tyler destroyed his voice.
Yeah, well, one of the guys said there's going to be like a show now. Apparently.
Oh no, that sounds like somebody's got more ex-wives to pay. Is it Joe Perry again? Joe Perry has more ex-wives to pay.
How old of the band are you saying? Like 60s, 70s, or you're saying?
Yeah,
today?
60s. 60s.
Here's the website, I believe.
Probably
Brian,
Journey.
is this the Black Sabbath website, or is this a adult?
But all members
Journey?
of Journey, I think, are all alive, right?
That was the question.
It's Chicago.
Not Chicago, no.
No. Yeah, I really can't think. I don't know Journey, so I don't know, but
Kendall,
it's just
bail us out. What is a band where all the members are alive? Is all the members
Metallica, right?
Well, yeah. Well, no.
Oh, never mind.
Cliff Burton is fucking dead.
Yeah. Cliff Burton, the best of the Metallica. Let's be honest.
The Police,
but Dave Mustaine, the best of the original Metallica. Let's be honest. Now that's a fact.
You could say the Police, I guess, but
the Police. Yeah,
okay, good one. Good call.
I used to love the Dave Mustaine memes. The "Watch Me Come Again" memes. Those were interesting.
Oh my god!
I as a 13-year-old kid, I remember a friend of mine that used to the only drummer that I knew around my circle of friends. He wanted to play Hangar 18 like every single time I saw him. And,
that's true.
And and that was painful.
You too,
but I do. I think that Peace Sells a better record than most Metallica records.
Really?
Wow.
Yes,
we could have a whole episode. We could have a whole surface noise.
And Hagar.
Better than DLR? Oh no! Now we're
no. I'm just saying that they could perform. No, they couldn't. Never mind.
Well, no, Eddie.
Well, I mean, they could if you put it like an Eddie hologram, right?
Yeah, I was thinking something else, but yeah.
Oh, hang on a second. Coldplay is still around. That's a good one. Yes.
I guess.
Imagine Dragons opening for Coldplay. This is John Bong's dream show. Accurate, 200% accurate.
I don't like Coldplay, but I don't hate them. I think Coldplay's first 3-4 records are like okay pop music. I mean, they're not. I wouldn't rate them more than a 6, but the first record that's pretty enjoyable. I think it's like as far as radio friendly music, it's a pretty decent record.
So I do have a couple housekeeping things. Let me get these housekeeping things out of the way. Sorry to cut you off, Jose. It was David Bianco's birthday this week, so even though he's not on the program, he was pimping us hard earlier. So I'd be remiss because Arnaldo, there's a lot of birthdays. Big Chris's birthday was a couple weeks ago, then Bianco, and there's a lot going on. So I want to say happy birthday to David. The other piece, and this is probably comment of the night. I got to be honest. Chris from Record Talk, I hope you're still here. He said the top 5 VC topics. Number 5, record cleaning. Number 4, records costing too much. Number 3, I just bought that box set. Number 2, I'm selling my records in a YouTube auction. And number 1, folks, you ready for this? Beatles talk. So I don't think he's wrong.
Yeah.
And the opposite of wrong is right. So, Chris, I got to give you the comment of the night. I mean, that's
you know what's weird? You know what's weird to think? It's that The Cure is only 10 years younger than like the Stooges. Is that weird?
That's a fact.
Stooges is 69 and the Cure record was 79.
Now, guys, I'm disappointed in you. Why didn't you bring this one up? Poison with Bret Michaels, Ricky Rocket, CeCe DeVille, and Bobby Dahl. All the originals. They're still alive. They're breathing. They're still above ground.
Wait. What was Brett's show? What was that called?
Oh, Rock of Love.
The Bus of Love.
2 seasons. 1 season wasn't enough of Rock of Love. They had to run it back.
There were technically 3 because the 3rd season was on a bus.
Oh, wow.
And that's why Kendall's here tonight, folks. Kendall is the only person that knew that there were 3 seasons of Rock of Love.
As someone that grew up watching trash TV from time to time, I will say that I did see like every single episode of that shit, and I hate Poison. I hate Poison with them.
First season was can't miss.
To go along with Poison, all 4 members of Motley Crue are still alive.
No, that's true. But I mean,
barely.
You saw Mick Mars the last time they let him on stage, right? Like he was literally like a living mummy. I mean, that's
but after they kicked him out of the band, he released a solo album.
Oh, that's that's an interesting question. What's worse? What's worse, Motley Crue live right now, if they did, or Guns N' Roses singing? What is Guns N' Roses like?
Jose, that's a good
videos.
Question.
Oh my gosh.
That is a
I don't need to have all 3 seasons on DVD.
Go ahead. Sorry, Kendall.
No, I was answering VC meters. I don't need to have all 3 seasons on DVD. I can just stream them.
Gotcha.
Can I answer Elliot Cruz here? He's show his comment real quick.
Hang on. Jerry Lee Lewis is still alive?
He's not alive.
He's not alive.
What the hell?
No, he's not.
Elliot Cruz, there was news, News happens,
Hang on, so you're saying oh no, you're saying that Jerry Lee Lewis left us? No. Not
I went to see him like a couple
now,
months
what is this shit? You watch
died.
Fox News? What is this shit? Easy now. Why the fuck is Easy now reporting on boxer? Boxing?
Hang on, we've got breaking news. This is the show, guys. We got breaking news.
Breaking news. Say the Indy.
Well, don't worry, Easy now. This person can join the VC anytime.
Well, Easy Now is reporting that Mexican boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., son of the legendary fighter, has been arrested as being processed for expedited removal from the United States due to alleged ties to the Sinaloa cartel. Jose, do you know the Sinaloa cartel?
I just want to add, Easy now, I'm not Mexican, so what the why the fuck would you even bring that shit? Like, you think in the VC news media casting, we're like, oh, what the fuck is Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is doing right now? Like, I know I'm brown, but,
Elliot is picking himself up off the floor. Elliot says, "Wait, when did Jerry Lee pass?"
He died like in 1973 or some shit like that. I don't know.
I didn't. This is a turn I didn't expect on the show, guys. I got to be honest. Oh no, Jerry Lewis is dead too. No. They're dropping like flies. Jerry Lewis? Now,
thankfully, Dean Martin's still in Vegas, right?
Somebody get the guards down to Elvis. Oh, Elvis, please protect the king at all costs. Please, it's time.
Hey, Elliot, not the Big Bopper died. I don't know if you heard about that.
Music Talk with John says he's down here in Alligator Alcatraz. That is Florida for those not keeping it home. Oh, here now. Hang on. Back to the topic at hand. Richard's Vinyl Tap House, Simon and Garfunkel. Technically, they could play, but have you seen Paul Simon lately? Whatever
you mean Tom and Tom and Jerry, right?
Tom and Jerry. Oh,
that deep cut.
This is out of
control.
You don't
know? Wait. You don't know Tom and Jerry?
The cartoon, of course, the mouse.
No. So their real names is Tom
Simon and
Jerry.
Garfunkel.
Oh, sorry.
That was their name before. What is this shit?
This is out of control. The record keeper, 33 RPM, says he heard Frankie Valli is half dead. Is that confirmed? Because Grease is the word, and if Frankie Valli is still not with us, I need to know about it.
I don't know if you saw that Paul Simon documentary on Amazon Prime, but like
Not.
Eddie Brickell, Paul Simon's wife, asks him, like, how
Eddie
come you're not?
McKell of the New Bohemians? That's who he's
Yes.
with? Okay, all right.
She asked him, like, why aren't you, singing with Art Garfunkel? And what he tells you in that documentary, ugh, got it, just painful.
What,
And that's
because of
the
his
reason.
voice?
What?
Is it because of his voice?
No, it's because I think he did not want to sing Bridge Over Troubled Water. He just was like, I don't want to sing the song. And like Paul Simon had to beg him to sing the song. And then when it became a big song, Art Garfunkel was like, yeah, I love this song. Like I was meant to sing it. And it was like, oh, dude.
Unbelievable. Elliot Cruz says Jerry Lee Lewis is not dead. He's just avoiding the IRS.
What? Like Willie Nelson? Get out of here. Come on now. Jeez.
Well, if you'd like more of Are They or Aren't They Dead, maybe we'll bring that back next show. I think that's a great idea. We'll do Are They With Us or Aren't They With Us? Yes, John.
I was watching
John, last word, John. Give it to us.
Shut the fuck up, Cesar. I was watching Spaceballs, right? Because and I remember that there's going to be a Spaceball 2, so that was pretty.
Yeah,
good.
that's a. I don't know. I heard that Shane Gillis is going to be the.
Wait. Can I say something to Cesar? Cesar, I can't even fucking eat tortas. Where the fuck have you been, Cesar? I can't.
Now, hang on. Not everyone knows. Cesar says, Jose, you live in Mexico. Chill, bro. You eat the better tacos and tortas and lonches. Although you're in the north, never been to Monterrey to compare tortas. Don't think they compare to Guadalajara. Is that an insult, John Bong? Is that an insult? Is that a diss? Is that like a diss track?
Well, they don't really sell tortas here because it's the northern part. They sell different stuff, but I can't even eat that shit, so I can't tell you.
Well, but, this is the sequel we all need. John Bong 2. John Bong 2, theaters, January 2026, maybe.
Have you ever seen Evil Bong 2?
No, but I want
John Bong 3, Parabellum. Is that what you're saying?
John Bong 3. I believe the working title is DSD Killed Him. I don't know if that's accurate,
man.
But,
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Tortas being mid, nah, because that's because you live in the U.S. Anything is probably mid if it's not from there. But yeah, it's a hot take.
We're getting off on bongs, but tortas, and then we've got a couple working movies. John Bong is an action superstar. John Bong Fu is a good one, and then we've got, of course, John Bong 2, Electric Boogaloo. I think that is the best one.
You know what movie I would like pay hard cold cash for a sequel? Like if they like kickstarted it and they're like, hey, you know, I got the script. Freddy Got Fingered 2. Boom. I would be like, I would be there.
Tom Green's on line 1. He's ready for it. He's waiting for the call. I think that would happen.
I'm not. I was born in '95, so I was not there for the whole John. But he deserved better. That's all I'm going to say. I
just saw Tom Green a few months ago. His comedy tour. It was fantastic. Really funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's good. Yeah.
I love Tom Green. I'm just MTV stuff.
There would be. Listen, Tom Green. You should watch. If you haven't seen the documentary, it's very good. If you think about all the stuff, there would be no Jackass. There would be no a lot of this gotcha
Eric
kind
Andre.
of reality TV. Yeah, I mean, Tom Green was
Eric
a pioneer.
Well, I do have an Eric Andre legalized ranch thing here.
What did you say?
Oh, hey, we've got it. Of all things, can you show us one more prop? VC Carrot Top, please.
I already said. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, he already showed it to us. Well, guys, there's fireworks shooting outside my place. We used to play this game back at my old house. Fireworks are gunshots. I hope that they're the former and not the latter. But I want to thank my guests, John Bong, international superstar, His Royal Highness of the VC, Jason Rojas, and Kendall, Spin Doctor and his Vinyl Mayhem. Check the channel, subscribe. This guy, he does videos on migraines, and no one else does. So if nothing else, this guy, give him a sub just for that. It was a Jordan flu game moment. And I think that's it for Surface Noise. I think we'll be back next week, and then we'll take a week off. So mark your calendars accordingly. Trolls, I expect you to do the same. We'll catch you next time. And now, our favorite part of the program. This means it's officially the end of the program. Oh, we're still here.